Previously on The Altars. Molly was dead. The cause was unknown. And there are other things to deal with besides that. But that's the primary concern for the crew of that base.
Any progress? Hey, lend me your ear. There's something I want to share.
Bong?
Yup. Need of him, don't you think?
Yeah, sure, but, a bong?
Hey, you wanted to talk? Yeah. I wanted to thank you for getting me that exercise equipment again. You have no idea how it helped me to stay sane in here. But I was thinking, what if we built something everyone could benefit from? Yeah. I was hoping to upgrade the social room so we could entertain ourselves more. That's also a good idea, but I was gonna suggest something a little different, better. I've noticed you took the trouble to invest in a fitness module, and that is the direction I was thinking about. Really? Yeah. I mean, since we have it, why not upgrade it and add some real gym equipment to it? You know, a treadmill is fine, but nothing beats a decent bench press at the end of a hard day at work. Okay. I'll consider your request. Thanks, man. To be honest, burning calories in space is a little pointless. When what we should really be worried about is increasing our bone and muscle density, right? What if we don't make it in time to escape the sun?
Then we'll die.
That would be a really shitty way to go.
That's why we should stop wasting time on catastrophic visions and focus on getting out of here.
Get rid. Hey, are you done with the post-mortem? Did you find Molly's cause of death?
Yes and no.
Don't you just love science?
I know the direct cause of death, and it wasn't food poisoning.
No?
No, it was a severe brain hemorrhage.
What? Why?
That's the tricky part. Her brain looked changed. Part of it was covered with a strange, transparent film, like mutated tissue of some sort.
Any ideas where this tissue came from?
I don't know, Jan. I'm not a neurosurgeon, and I'm certainly not a veterinarian. A basic autopsy on a human being is all I'm trained to do. I ran a sample through our standard lab tests, and it doesn't fit any known results. So all I can tell you is this isn't any condition I could put a name on. This is not a satisfactory conclusion. We need to know more. I agree. We do know it wasn't the food nor bad air conditioning. However, there could be other external factors at play. This planet, the Interral. Who knows if the proximity plane doesn't interact with our reality in some ways we don't yet understand? We have no idea about the microbiome here, bacteria, maybe even viruses.
Viruses? What are you saying?
We should all get tested, just to be on the safe side.
So, the technician was right when he urged us to examine the sheep.
And we were right to listen to him.
Now let's follow through. Okay. How do you want to proceed?
MRI scanning. A simple procedure that will give us the first crucial answer. Is anything affecting our brains too? All I need from you is a simple upgrade of our infirmary. Think you can handle that?
Okay. I'll take care of it right away.
Excellent. We'll start the checkups immediately after it's ready.
I'm done. Should I go there next? God, can we talk? All done. Should I take care of this now? There's nothing more to do here. Should I move there? packed a lot of stuff.
Something's wrong with the fridge. What do you mean? I can smell mold. What, you don't like our fancy old fridge? Can't get rid of... Hey, I found this thing that I took on the mission, and, I thought that maybe it could mean something to you too. Huh. I remember that mug. Not bad for an amateur, right? It's the imperfections that make it perfect. Thank you.
Why is it so important? Looks like a waste of space, to be honest.
Rubidium is unstable. If we tried to transport it without the Ark, it probably wouldn't withstand the journey.
Huh, damn. So much work for nothing.
Hey, I found this. I brought it on this mission, but thought that maybe it could mean something to you too.
No way! On my old skipping rope. So you did want to get back in shape.
Yeah. I thought that I'd be bored enough here to train regularly.
If I remember correctly, buying it was my first attempt at working out. Did I fail? Yes. But it was a start. Thanks, man. there. Are you feeling okay? My neurotransmitters are a mess. My mind's alert intellectually, but there's this numbness. Hey, wait. Am I on immunosuppressants by any chance? You know your neuroscience. A true mental health specialist. Just what we need on this mission. Yes. You wouldn't mind grabbing me a coffee, would you? Sure. We've got plenty of coffee. You can have all you want, but first, I'll need to brief you on the situation. Mind answering a few simple questions for me? I'm yours for the taking. But please don't quote me on my answers. I'm not quite feeling myself. Of course. Let's take it easy. Why don't you start by stating your name and role on this mission? Oh, gee, that really is simple. My name is Jan Dolsky, and I'm a mental health specialist. I'm also here because of a pioneering project I initiated on my socials. In short, the goal is to raise awareness about the psychological challenges of space mining missions. But enough about me. Tell me about yourself. Well, this might be disturbing, but I am Jan Dolsky too. Disturbing? Do you find it disturbing? Tell me more. That's it? Doesn't it bother you at all that I look like you and share your identity? It certainly bothers you that I'm not asking about it. Why don't you just say what you want to say? Okay. Here it is. The reason we look so strikingly alike is that you are a copy of me, an alternative version of my life choices. My alter. Okay. Let me get this straight. You are Jan Dolsky, and I am your alter. Yes. Physically, we're the same, but underneath that, the quantum computer reprogrammed you with a different awareness. Wow. You reprogrammed my awareness? Can I raise awareness about that? Your reach will plummet, man. Because that's not everything. There are more of you in this base. More of me? No, other alters. The same person, but in different versions. Huh. Dude, I have had some mind-bending experiences in my life, but this, I have to say... Did you mention something about coffee? You can get some in our kitchen. While you're at it, take a look around the other modules, meet the guys, and read the mission logs. I think you'll find them very informative. The logs or the guys? Both, I guess? There was something you wanted to talk about. Yeah. This journey. It's taking longer than I thought. Gives me more time to think. Practice all those theoretical scenarios in my head again. Are you stressed about going home? Wouldn't you be? So many unknowns. The way it's gonna play out. When I finally appear on Lena's doorstep, will I catch her after her morning run, or does she not do that anymore? And where does she even live? But most of all, will she be happy to see me? Or will it scare the shit out of her? You know what? I should be mad at you for getting distracted like that. But I totally get it.
This fantasy keeps you going, doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Just tell me at least if she still watches that stupid comedy show. You know, the one about a bunch of eggheads trying to make a video game that sells. Yeah, yeah, that's the one. She'd eat a packet of roasted peanuts and laugh her ass off. Right. And then it was, honey, I'm out of peanuts. You're not going to the store by any chance? Oh man, exactly. I loved that. I hated that. Huh. You're gonna think this is funny, but I'm experiencing this strange feeling when we talk about our common memories with her. Like an annoying itch that I can't scratch. I think I might be jealous. Jealous? Of whom? Me? No, not who. More like jealous of what? All those things I shared with her, intimate moments, I thought they were just between me and her. Now, I have to live with the fact that you had them too. So, even if I did, does it reduce the value of what you shared with her? Maybe not objectively, but it's hard to be cool about it. All those thoughts, such as, did she feel the same way with him or was it different for her? It's like with being cheated on. Sometimes it can be easier to accept it when it's just physical, but it can be much more painful when it actually involves feelings. And someone else suddenly enters a space that was supposed to only belong to the two of you. The conversations you had, that restaurant you liked together, the music you shared. Yeah, I think I know what you mean. There was a time when I thought Lena was cheating on me. What? Things were already beyond repair for us. I think I just needed to blame someone else for it. Find an easy explanation as to why she was so distant from me. Was it true? No. I can see now how childish it was of me. And I know it's not very mature to be feeling what I'm feeling now. But that's just jealousy for you. It's not rational in any way. Still, you just can't help it. And all it does is make your mind go crazy. Still, love wouldn't be what it is without it. You think? I know some people say there's nothing like a little jealousy to keep the fire burning. But it also lets in something toxic. Suspicion. Possessiveness. All those things love should go without. What do you think? I really can't say. Maybe it's because love has so many faces. Who can say if a passionate affair is better than steady family love? Maybe they can coexist. Maybe. You know what? I shouldn't have touched on this subject in the first place. What? Why not? It's opening up too many wounds. I guess I just miss her. Simple as that. I hope she calls again soon. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Anytime.
like I'm done. Should I go there next?
I'd like to be alone, please. What happened in the kitchen? You look pale. I got food poisoning because of the busted fridge. Gosh, this place is the worst. Yeah, you have every right to be upset. Right? A functioning kitchen really is the bare minimum. Thanks for understanding.
So how's the workout going? You happy with your barbells? Oh, yeah. Thanks for making the effort. You feeling all right? Honestly, my body feels great. I feel much stronger already, but... But what? But it's not okay. I'm not okay. I think I was deceiving myself. I did feel incompatible, but it wasn't because my body was incomplete. It was because my soul was missing something. Or someone, to be more precise. Someone I loved. Ben. Ben? Yeah? Is it really so surprising for you? Actually, not that much. Of course not. You remember our basketball team captain? Yeah, I do, but... You know, I always thought that was just for laughs. Oh, yeah. Yeah, for laughs. What about your cousin's boyfriend in the summer of... Okay, yeah, you win. I always thought of it as a phase. You know, experimenting with different stuff. Well, I thought that about my experiments with girls. But it wasn't a phase. It felt right for you. You just never met the right guy. Yeah. I guess I met the right woman instead. And I met Ben, which means in our case, it wasn't really about looking for a woman or a man, just finding the right person. So, tell me more about Ben. Well, after Mom died, I decided to stay abroad, quit college. I joined this community of warehouse workers and got into activism. Ben was in our group, a geology student, but he was different. Never took things too seriously, everybody liked him. He had me the moment he smiled at me. What happened then? Our protest didn't bring results, so we intensified our actions. Police interventions escalated. Before we knew it, we were entangled in a full-scale war between the workers and the corporations. I was all into it. I even felt like the people might want me as a leader. But Ben, he started having doubts. He detested violence. He wanted us to try and change the corporation by working with it instead of fighting it. No offense, but that kind of thinking is just naive. That's what I thought at first. But as the riots got more and more violent, I realized the naive thing to believe was that they could end well. So, when Ben suggested we just pack our things and get away from it all,
You went with him.
yeah, I did. And I never regretted that decision.
So, you missed this guy.
We became inseparable. He talked me into taking up a job in an offshore oil rig. Then one day, when we were on shore leave, Ben started talking about rubidium and space mining missions. He was so excited about it. Wanted us to enroll there and then.
And did you?
We both did. And then we got totally wasted, which was a bad idea because that was our last day off. So the next day, our transport arrives and Ben gets on it without me. I'm just too damn hungover. So I stay behind, miss my shift, make calls to tell them I'll get on the next transport. But I never do. Because that day, there's a major gas leak on the rig. The whole thing blows up, killing a dozen people, including Ben. After that, I just kept blaming myself for not being there with him. I kept turning it over and over in my head, wondering if I could have done something.
I'm so sorry, man.
Well, that's the twisted thing. I appreciate your empathy, but you don't have to be sorry.
I don't?
No. Because it's not what really happened, right?
Okay.
At first, I was too confused to even think about it, and I guess I tried to keep Ben and that whole story at arm's length. It was depressing enough to realize who I was, or what I was. Ripple on the water of someone else's life. And I don't like being depressed, you know that.
Yeah.
But doing more and more of those bench presses, I just couldn't avoid thinking that if my real life path was different and I, meaning you, never even met Ben, then that means there's a possibility he might still be alive, if he exists at all. And the more I think about it, the more certain I am that I just want to know. I want to know what the real reality looks like. Does that make any sense to you?
Okay, tell you what. Why don't we try and find out more about him when we get back?
If we get back. If you get back. Not much chance for me to make it. We both know that. No, Jan. You don't get it. I need to know now. It would just be so amazing to discover a different, better ending to my story. Oh, come on. Can't you use your contact with Earth to ask around?
Okay. No promises, but I can try.
Thanks, man. Seriously, I know it's a lot.
We'll need to narrow down the search a bit, though.
Sure. The name's Ben Harris. Actually, his full name's Benjamin, but he never liked it. The Ben I knew anyway. So I was thinking, since my Ben was so hyped up about going on a Dolly mission, if he exists, there's a solid chance he applied in this reality too, which means he's gotta be in Ally Corp's database of candidates.
Okay. Let's find out if you really know him that well.
So much progress, but where will Yan need to go to place the sensor that will lead the way forward? Find out next time on The Altars.